Hi everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video. Now I decided to go ahead and start making videos regarding simple but yet delicious food recipes. Now in this video, I'm going to go ahead and make garlic cheese sticks. Now I understand not everyone likes garlic, but trust me, in this recipe, you're going to love eating garlic cheese sticks. So here for this recipe, I'm going to go ahead and use a French bread loaf. You can buy it from whichever market you all go to. I'm going to go ahead and use pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and here I'm going to be using 3 different cheeses. The cheese is going to be Oaxaca cheese, Parmesan cheese, and American cheese. Now here I'm going to go ahead and use, this is like a stick of butter, but they decided to divide it into 2. So I'm going to use a whole stick of butter and I'm going to use some salt. Okay, so now here as you see, I already divided my 3 cheeses. So I went ahead and used a half a cup of each cheese. So now I'm going to go ahead and do is start melting the butter. Okay, so here I'm already throwing my butter inside of a pot and I'm cooking it over medium heat. So now once the butter starts to completely melt, I'm going to go ahead and add my spices and seasoning. Okay, so now that we have our butter melted, it's time to add the spices. So I'm going to go ahead and add half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of salt. Now, if you're using salted butter, you can skip this. And well, if you don't want to skip it, I suggest using 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So here I'm using half teaspoon of salt since I use unsalted butter. And half teaspoon of pepper. Go ahead and mix it up with a spoon, or if you have one of these brushes that you can use for your bread, go ahead and mix it up with this brush. Now your kitchen is going to be filled with a lot of smell of spices. Now that we have our butter mixture ready and we also have our cheese already mixed up together, we're going to go ahead and cut the bread, the French bread. So we're going to go ahead and cut it sideways like this. Okay, so after we're done cutting it, this is how it should look like. So I went ahead and I cut it through the middle and it became like that. Now what we go ahead and do is mix up our mixture again really good. And we're going to go ahead and add it on top of the bread. Now your bread is going to be a little bit soggy, but that is okay. Once it is baking, it should go ahead and be nice and crispy. Okay, so you see how I have a little bit left over of the garlic butter? So what you can go ahead and do, if you don't want to put all the butter on top of the bread, and if you have leftover butter, is that after the cheese sticks come out or the cheese bread comes out, you can go ahead and put the butter on the edges. So that way you can give it a little bit more flavor. So now that everything is fully covered in the garlic butter, I'm going to go and give my cheese one more mix, just in case if it sticks. Give it one more mix, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a good amount on top of my bread. Now don't be afraid to add the cheese. Now that I have my cheese bread completely covered with the 3 different cheeses, I went ahead and I already preheated my oven to 350. And you can go ahead and place this bread for 15 minutes to bake. Or what you can also do is put the 15-minute timer and just keep an eye on it until your cheese is fully melted. Okay, so now that my cheese bread is done, I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the oven. You could hear the crunchiness of this cheese bread. I'm going to go ahead and make it into some cheese sticks. Now this is how it should look. I went ahead and I used store-bought marinara sauce. This is a quick, easy, and delicious snack or side, depending how you all want to go ahead and use it. The prep time it took was about 15 minutes, and the cook time will be 15 minutes as well. So in total, it should go ahead and take 30 minutes max for you to go ahead and make this delicious cheese sticks bread. Thank you all for joining me. Please subscribe, please comment, give me your honest feedback, and I hope to see you soon.